Flosstube, it's Amber from the Digi Stitchery, and today we are talking all about Black Friday deals, specials, new products. I've got a couple of finishes for you, some whips, and we're going to do a giveaway at the end, so stay tuned. All right, so happy almost Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you are all preparing and excited for the much needed time off for everyone. But we're here to talk about stitching. So let's get started, and I want to show you some of the finishes I did this week. I did quite a bit yesterday. My office was a complete mess afterwards. So go ahead and get started with, if you haven't seen it on social media, on my Instagram or Facebook yet, here it is. I fully finished the monthly weigh-in December on the handy dandy paisley and polka dots scale. So I finished it. I added some white rickrack and some black and red Chelsea's checks behind it. This has been stitched on 14 count Opalescent Oh Christmas Tree from our classic Christmas series. So love how it turned out. I have the Christmas tree, and then I added a really cute vintage snowman book that I got at Home Goods when I was in Florida, by the way. Fort Myers and Naples and Bonita Springs, I believe. They have like the best Home Goods. I don't know what it is, but down there, it's the best. So check out my Instagram or Facebook, the Digi Stitchery, for like the whole finished product. So there you go. Monthly weigh-in, December. We should be receiving, hopefully any day now, the January monthly weigh-in. And I have a couple of fabric plans for that, which I will share Thanksgiving week on social media. So look for that. It'll be a floss toss. So, all right. Well, moving on to more finishes. I had stitched this guy I'm going to show you last year, but I just didn't know what I was going to do with it. It's kind of a weird shape. So I came up with something, and I think it looks good. And it definitely goes with my decor, and it's a helper piece, an extra accent. So this is part of Primrose Cottage Stitches, the religious trio that they did. And this is Come Let Us Adore Him. And I just did like a super skinny pillow. I probably should have left a little bit more on top, but oh well, what are you gonna do? I used this awesome Riley Blake Christmas fabric. It came out last year. I don't remember the name of it. I'll look it up and I'll put it down below if I can find it. I saw it at Fat Quarter Shop online, and I immediately bought half a yard of like 3 or 4 different fabrics in that particular collection, because they are perfect for finishing pieces. This green is the absolute best Christmas green, like traditional Christmas green. Very pretty. Here's the back. I did it the Primrose Cottage way. I like slit, I sewed it all around, inside out, put a slit on the backing, flipped it, and then instead of felt, I didn't have anything or a button or anything. I just cut an extra piece of fabric, sewed it all around the sides so no seams would show, and then fabric glued it to the back. And then my little accent is a little reindeer. There's glue everywhere. Okay. Sorry. For my little accent piece, I used a little reindeer I got last year in the Christmas section at Hobby Lobby. Just the little odds and ends for like buttons and stuff. They're like on these little like center caps with all the ornament decor and stuff. But very cute, like it. And I used, I stitched this on 16 count, beautiful beige, I believe, with the called for colors. So very, very cute, very simple. I really like this. So Come Let Us Adore Him by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Let's see. The next one you guys have seen before as I've been stitching it. And when I did like just finish the stitching, but now I actually made it. I'm so excited for this. It's one of my favorites from the finishes I did yesterday. So this is the Dancing Crab or the Crab by Tiny Modernist. And I turned it into an ornament for I don't have it yet, but my coastal tree that I'm working on. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'm building my ornament stash. So I love, love, love how this turned out. First let's talk about the stitch. I pulled all of my own classic colorworks to stitch this. It turned out beautiful. I love it. The colors are awesome. On the fabric, I stitched on 18 count. This was my first time stitching on 18 and went way better than I thought. So that was good. But I stitched this on our Atlantis fabric. 18 count Atlantis, which is in our basic collection, and I love it. I purposely took the Atlantis fabric, and in that piece, it's lighter and more brown towards the edges of the fabric. I purposely picked where I was going to stitch, and I cut my fabric to that area in that corner so I could get the crab to look like he was dancing more on a sea floor rather than up here in the more blue area. So that's the beauty of the fabrics that I print, is there's different areas you can pick and choose where you want to feature your stitching. So just keep that in mind as you're trying to figure out where you're going to stitch. You don't always have to stitch directly in the middle. So just food for thought. But I love how this turned out. I used a Sweetwater quilt fabric background print. It's like a white on cream. If you can see, it's got little crosses on it, thick crosses in white on the cream. It blends beautifully with the white that I used in the crab. And then this wood piece is from the mystery ornament box from last year's Chantel 141 box. I painted it just a tealy aqua blue, and I added a Hobby Lobby. I bought one of those tiny wreaths. I love this wreath, and I just pull it apart and I add it as accents to all my ornaments. And I will show you more ornaments probably in the next Flosstube. I have a ton of them that we did last year. So, and that uses a bunch of these wreath pieces. But it adds something, makes this crab look a little bit more Christmassy. And then I added a burlap bow that I found in a pack in the mini Christmas tree section of Hobby Lobby. And then I added just some burlap looking ribbon to hang on the tree that's non-existent but will be one day. So this is the Crab by Tiny Modernist. All right, next finish was another ornament finish. You guys have seen this. This is hands-on Flamingle Bells. And I did just a random pick of colors. I did a mix of coloring, cotton, Cosmo, and Classic Colorworks. I finished it how Kathy at Hands On Design finished it. I used the stencils that I found on her website, which oddly enough, this is great. I love how she designs her ornaments, because this template not just fits the Flamingo Christmas ornament series, which there's 3, but it also fits the Coastal Christmas ornament series that she did. That's also a set of 3. So you only have to download the template once and you can use it and just recopy it. I just recopied it so it's where I could cut my stencils out. And you've got 6 ornaments that you can easily finish. So I love that, and I love the care that she takes in designing her ornament sets, because it makes it way easier. And it's just, I don't know, they just look cohesive, even though they're all different. I will show you my Coastal Christmas ones in the next Flosstube. But this is what I did. I just finished this guy with the stencil, and then I added some really cute mermaid corally pink background. Years and years and years ago when I started quilting, I made my daughter Corbin a mermaid quilt. I designed it, I created the blocks. I'll have to show it to you one day. It's pretty cringe, but the idea was fantastic that I had. The image in my head was great. Execution, not so much, but I did it and it looks really cute. So I'll show that to you guys next time. But I had tons and tons of leftover mermaid fabric because I didn't know how to estimate fabric back in the day. Still don't quite as well, but I'm better at it, if that makes sense. So I had a ton of this stuff. So, and then I took the Lady Dot, little dots, I don't know what they're called, little palms, the palms, in color pink. And I lined the edge and I just used fabric glue to glue it down. And then a raffia, no, it's not raffia. I don't know, this for my hanger. I don't know what, I cannot think for the life of me what that material is called, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. My fabric I used was 16 count Opalescent Oyster. That's in our basic series. It is a beautiful fabric. You can still see the white pops out. I did a super, super bright white to make sure it popped off this oyster, since it is a light color. But I love how this turned out, and I need to stitch the other 2 for my non-existent coastal tree. So here we go, another ornament done. Fantastic. Now my last finish has to be the most favorite of the day. Maybe it's a close runner-up of all year because it just turned out perfect. So let me grab it here. This is Holly Jolly Tree Company by Hands On Design. Let's see, I bought this pattern at last year's Jingle Ball. And is anyone attending this year's Jingle Ball? That will be the first weekend of December. So like in a couple of weeks, something like that. So excited. I'm going to be there, hitting up all the stores, doing all the shopping. I love the exclusive patterns. I have so many patterns from last year that I didn't even start. And I'm probably going to buy more. So, yep. Gonna be doing that, and then I'm going to hit up all the chat rooms and like the stitching rooms. I love all that, learning about everybody. So if you see me, say hello. And then let's see, I haven't quite signed up for a class yet because my daughter has her first archery tournament that weekend, and they don't know times until like the last minute. So I know they're gonna shut the classes down like the 26th. So hopefully I know what time she's shooting before then. So, but anyway, back to this awesome finish. I stitched Holly Jolly Tree Company on our wintergreen fabric. And this was another piece where I picked exactly on the fabric where I wanted my stitch to go, and I cut accordingly. So it wasn't just in the middle or the lighter side. I wanted more of the greeny grunge to stand out. So that's what I picked. So I did DMC colors for this. Super simple. It's 3 colors. This went so fast in stitching. Let me see. I stitched this on 16 count wintergreen. And then to finish, I took that awesome fabric that's in this pillow. Where's it at? Same fabric, because it just looks that good. Same fabric, used it as a backing, and I wanted to completely cover this back, because I'll show you what's on the front of this. But this wood piece I bought last year at Dollar General for $4. I bought it in the red beading, and then I bought one with a green beading that you'll see a little bit down the line. It's got a winter stitch in there for me right now, but they're not there this year. I've checked. I've gone to 2 different Dollar Generals, bought other stuff, found other stuff, just did not find these. But let me show you, hopefully very carefully, what's behind it. So if you guys do see it, you can grab it. So this one is candy canes. I just threw, because this is such an awesome finishing piece, this, what I initially had in mind was this was going to be a finishing piece for my Plum Street samplers, the animal trios, like there's a cardinal set, there's the Bigfoot bunch that I'm doing, I did the Yeti, there's reindeer, there's sloths, there's pretty much any animal you can think of. Plum Street Samplers has done it. And this is like the perfect size if you're stitching on 16 count as finishing. So that's why I wanted to save it in case I wanted to use it for the rest of the year. So just slapped a washer and a magnet on there. And there you go. Again, I took that greenery from that tiny wreath I bought at Hobby Lobby. And then I love these frosted pine cones that I found at Hobby Lobby in the mini trees section last year. And I believe they're there this year as well. So super cute finish. I mean, I just love it. The wood is whitewashed, so it looks a little bit distressed, which looks awesome. So there you go. Holly Jolly Tree Farm by Hands On Design, stitched on 16 count wintergreen from our basic collection. So that is all the finishes. Okay, so now we're going to get into whips, and I have 3 that I've been working on, and I have one that just came in the mail today. I haven't put a stitch in it, but I really want to show you the fabric I picked and the colors because it's just awesome. So first, I started working on, since we were just talking about it, Plum Street Samplers Cardinal Kin. And I pulled my own colors, got a small start. I stitched this while I was visiting my parents. This is on 16 count sugar cookie from our classic Christmas series. So I'm loving the colors. It's pretty much all Classic Colorworks and Color and Cotton. And I'll list the colors down below. But very cool, loving it. And yeah. So my next one, I am like so close. I can taste it, and victory tastes sweet. I can tell you that, because this sucker has been 5 months in the making, and I cannot wait to finish this. So here is Christmas letters, I think it's by Erin Elizabeth. And this was the Christmas in July sew along with Como stitches. I bought her, I don't have it with me, I bought her 4th of July bag, which, let me tell you, Como stitches, that's like the first made bag I've ever bought, and the craftsmanship is amazing. Check her out. I love that bag. It's so cute. It's very sturdy because I'm like all up in it, you know, zipping, unzipping, getting the floss, getting all the stuff. So I love that bag, but yeah. So this is the stitch along she was hosting and almost done. I just have to finish like this around here and I'm done. I'm not a border girl. So if you're like, hey, the border's missing, there's a reason. I don't like doing it. So, but I stitched this on 16 count sage from our autumn series. And these colors, the called for colors, by the way, work beautifully with sage. I love sage. It's probably one of my favorites. It just blends well. It's a wonderful neutral, but green. So I love it. I love every little vignette of this thing. It's just so stinking cute. I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to finish it, but I need to completely finish it to see if it's actually going to work. So stay tuned for that. Okay, my last whip I've actually started is the Stitching with the Housewives, Stitching the Seasons Winter. This bag has to be my favorite. The colors are so cute. I love that they did it on this color. The screen printing ink looks fantastic. It came together really well, I think. So, I am stitching this on fabric from our Marshmallow World series that just went live last Flosstube, which has been about a couple of weeks or a week and a half. And I'm loving it. It's looking so good. I did switch up some colors, but it's just because I love stitching with green. I'm a green girl. So here you go. I am stitching this on 14 count gingerbread from the Marshmallow World series. And look at that white. That white pops, baby. Look at that. I added, I can't think of it. I'm going to tell you right now. For the green, I added chopped chives. I can tell you that. But for the brown, I added wagon wheel. I felt like if I was going to add green, I needed to add some more brown to go with the gingerbread a little bit nicer. I felt like it was a softer addition to just black coffee. Black coffee can be a little bit harsh sometimes, needed to be harsh in certain circumstances, but I felt like this needed just to be a little bit more muted. So went with wagon wheel, chopped chive for his little scarf, and you know what? I'm just going to go over my colors because we're here. Why not, right? So wagon wheel, embers, of course, for the snowman carrot. That makes sense. Black coffee for the extra, you know, detail. Chopped chive for some added extra green, because that is my go-to wintergreen. And then the blues, I switched up. I wanted to go with more of the chopped chive color. I picked, what did I pick? Blueberry Tart and Deep Blue Sea. I think these are going to be beautiful with, where's the fabric? With the gingerbread fabric. So very cool. And then I also switched out the red, ribbon red, I leave for my actual Christmas stitching, but when I do cardinals, I really like to use licorice red, and I think it goes beautifully with the rest of these colors. So stay tuned as I'm stitching. I really don't know what I'm doing and where I'm putting the colors and all that good stuff. But I'll keep you updated. So that was stitching the seasons winter with stitching with the Housewives. That is a mouthful. Okay, so my last whip, quotations, I got the mail just before I started filming this. And I laid out the colors, I picked the fabric. It's gonna be glorious. Glorious. Yeah, I just can't wait to stitch. Cannot wait. All right, this is the, sorry for the glare, Stitching with the Housewives, Vintage Christmas. And drum roll, hold on, not drum roll yet, because I gotta figure this out. I laid all the fabric, all the floss on the fabric. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay. All right, drum roll, baby. Look at those colors. Those are the called for colors. Granted, the yellow is not, because I don't have sunflower, nor had I ever heard of it. So that was new to me, but, oh, I dropped one. But okay, so those are the called for colors. And the fabric, 14 count peppermint swirl from the Marshmallow World series we just released. This is going to look gorgeous. All of these colors go great. My yellow I picked was Cottage Daisies. I pulled the DMC conversion for sunflower. It was DMC 745. I pulled this. They look exactly the same to me. So Cottage Daisies, tangerine, look at that, fantastic. Fields of Green, beautiful. Brown Sugar. Oh, Priscilla's Peppermint. That is gonna look gorgeous, and it doesn't blend in at all. Like you're gonna see it, if that makes sense. Ribbon Red, beautiful with the pink. Plum Paisley, awesome. Really Tealy. I pulled, since I have a ton of Really Tealy in my stash, I pulled the brightest and most vibrant Really Tealy I could for this particular project. I feel like since this is a vintage Christmas, that vintage blue is so striking, it needed to be bright. Let's see. Bamboo, Black Coffee, your huge, you know. Blushing Beauty. I may substitute this if it's, I haven't really looked at the pattern yet, but if this is just for Santa's face, I'm probably going to use Perfect Piecrust instead. So, but still, it works. And then Grasshopper, didn't have that in my stash at all, but I did pull the DMC conversion, which is, what? I can't see, 986. So Vintage Christmas is gonna look awesome on Peppermint Swirl from the Marshmallow World series. So excited. I will keep you guys updated on my stitching progress with this. I will also do like an official floss toss photo so you can see everything, because I just flashed a bunch of floss and fabric in your face for the last 5 minutes. So there is that. Now let's talk about Black Friday deals, specials, and the new products that are coming out. Let's see. In the Etsy store, or you can just go straight to the digistitchery.com. It's going to take you right to the Etsy store. Starting Wednesday, we're going to be doing our Black Friday sale. And it is going to run until end of day Cyber Monday. So it's going to run Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for you guys. I wanted to do that because I know a lot of us are going to be cooking, spending time with family, very busy doing the shopping, all of the things. I wanted us to have more time in the shop to do that, have more time available since I know everyone's busy. So there is that. So Wednesday through Cyber Monday, okay? New products that are going to be in the shop. First one, I am wearing it. It is the Digi Stitchery Stitchwear, excuse me. The Digi Stitchery Stitchwear. It comes in 9 different colors. Bella canvas tees, super soft, super comfy. Yeah, and it's going to be the logo design. So share your TDS love with everyone. Great gifts, by the way. I also have a size chart in there. I am wearing a large, fits great. So just for size comparison, I go between a medium and a large, just kind of depending. So there is that first product that will be in the shop starting Wednesday. And then next, I have curated 4 bundles for you guys. I've picked very carefully. It took forever. Like, I could have made 20 different bundles, but I can't do that. I can't just give you 20 bundles. I had to pare it down. So it took a lot of time and effort and input from family, friends, just to get it pared down. So here's what I've come up with, and I'm very excited to share it with you. These will be in the shop starting Wednesday, November 22nd. So without further ado, here is the first bundle. They are bundles of 4 fabrics, and you'll be able to select the stitch count and the size that you want. So the sizes, you can get 10 by 12, 14 by 16, or a 16 by 20 size, our usual sizes. Stitch counts that are available are going to be Ada, 14, 16, 18, and 20. And last but not least, Linda 27 count will be available as well. For the bundles, you can pick 1 stitch count and 1 size. So for the entire bundle, say you want 16 count, every piece in that bundle is going to be 16 count and 1 size, so 10 by 12 size that you select. Just to make it a little bit easier. And as far as product build wise in Etsy, way easier to do it that way. I wanted to give you guys more of a choice initially, but just the build and it's a mess in Etsy. It's just not quite where I want it to be to make it a lot easier for you guys to pick and choose. So we're just gonna make it simple, starting out here. So the first bundle is the TDS starter bundle. So these are our most popular colors that we have sold since our beginning in February of this year. They are, the most popular colors in a great starter kit. If you're new to the Digi Stitchery, this is a great bundle to grab onto because it covers a wide variety of projects that you can stitch on. So without further ado, my first color in the TDS starter bundle is parchment. Parchment, you can do anything, fall, spring, summer, and winter stitching. I mean, this is good for all year round. Any holiday, season, you name it, parchment is it. Oh, and I'm showing Ada today rather than bringing out all the Linda too. Just easier. But if you are curious about what the Linda looks like, you can always go in our website and that Etsy site and look up the Linda fabric and view like the Linda parchment and then like the rest that are in the bundles. Our next color is Chance of Rain. This is our medium to light gray, super popular, wonderful to stitch on. I've done a few projects with this. Your super bright whites stand out on this. Really good for all year stitching. So Chance of Rain. Next is a new fabric that we recently released that has just jumped to the top of the bestseller list, and that is Sugar Cookie. Sugar Cookie originally was in our classic Christmas series, but it's for all year round stitching. It's beautifully, it will take any really color beautifully. Now, your whites, they will pop, but I would recommend going as bright of a white as you can, not doing like a full coverage white piece on this because it may get lost. But Sugar Cookie, fantastic with your reds, your greens, pinks, any color. So Sugar Cookie. And then last piece for the TDS starter bundle is going to be our Farmhouse Wood fabric. I love this. It's a great alternative for chalkboard black. If you're wanting like a darker fabric to stitch on, this makes your whites pop. It gives you that rustic look. And yeah, it's just really, really cool. So TDS starter bundle is going to be Farmhouse Wood. Oops. Here we go. Sugar Cookie, Chance of Rain, and Parchment. So all four together in the bundle. All right, so next bundle. This was fun to put together. This was hard but fun. Is called the Woodland Bundle because it honestly just reminds me of walking through the woods and seeing. I just dropped a piece of fabric. Excuse me. Okay, so it's just like walking through the woods to me. It's got a wide range of colors, neutral that you could stitch, a lot of year-round stitching with this. And it's also, I mean, as far as the starter kit, this is probably the second best starter kit with introduction into the Digi Stitchery. So without further ado, the Woodland bundle starts out with taupe. Taupe was originally created for our autumn series. And yeah, I just love it. It is a little bit more. This is Chance of Rain. It is different. It's got a little bit more brown in it than Chance of Rain. So here's your taupe. And then next is Khaki. It's just a good neutral. Whites are gonna pop off this. Next, Milk Chocolate Suede. Great for Christmas ornaments, fall stitching. Oh, just summer, spring with the pinks and the purples and the light greens. This will look really pretty with that. Ooh, and light yellows. That'll look good on here too. So Milk Chocolate Suede. And then the last fabric on in our Woodland bundle is my favorite, and you've seen it, Sage. Sage came from our autumn series as well. Very versatile year-round stitching with this guy. So Woodland bundle is going to include Sage, Milk Chocolate Suede, Khaki, and taupe. So Again, you pick the same, you pick a size, they're all gonna be the same size, and you pick a count, they're all gonna be the same count. All right, now the last two bundles, the last two bundles go hand in hand. One is an opalescent bundle, and then the other is the regular version of the bundle. So non-opalescent, I guess. So I'm calling this guy the Vibrant Bundle. And something very special about this bundle. I have added a fabric that has yet to be released. I've had it forever. I've been trying to put it in a series where it makes sense. And to me, this makes sense for a series that's coming down the line that you will see within the next year. So very cool. So it's a first time you guys are seeing this piece of fabric. It is definitely vibrant. It is beautiful, and you're gonna flip when you see the opalescent version of this guy. So let me show this one to you first. Vibrant Bundle is going to include 4 pieces of fabric, but it's gonna include Sunset. I love this. I love it. That's all I have to say. I love it. It's so pretty. Like, I just, so much potential with this. Whites are just gonna pop. Your light pastels are gonna look fantastic on this. It's beautiful. You've got your greeny, tealy blues, your purples, your bluey purples, orange, and pink. Like a beautiful sunset. I love it. Totally vibrant. Love it. Exclusive to this Vibrant Bundle that I'm releasing. Okay, so Sunset was first. Next, you guys love this fabric, so I wanted to share more of it. It's Spooky from our Spooky series. It was the namesake from our Spooky series fabric that was released for Halloween this year. So I love this. It's just so pretty. It's spooky. So, all right, next, Rainbow Haze. I love this one. Just super pretty. And again, this is a perfect piece where if you want to stitch more of the yellowy orange pinky piece, cut your fabric that way. If you want more greeny blue, cut your fabric piece this way. Yeah, I think the sizes that we offer, 10 by 12, 14 by 16, 16 by 20, definitely give you enough play to pick and choose where you want to stitch. Obviously, depending on your stitch size, your piece, and everything, but there's definitely room to pick and choose your fabric, your fabric placement, I guess. So, Rainbow Haze. And then last in the Vibrant series is Unicorn Dreams. This is just so cute. It's so pretty. I know I said this last Flosstube, but Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, guys, all pieces would look fantastic on this. Unicorn Dreams and on Sunset. So very, very pretty. So this is the Vibrant series. This particular will be Ada and Linda availability. So here is Unicorn Dreams, Rainbow Haze, Spooky, and yet to be released, Sunset. All right, so like, I love those pieces in the Vibrant Bundle. So I had to make it in the Opalescent. It's just so eye-catching and beautiful. So, and you know, I've grown, the more I've been printing this fabric, I've grown into an Opalescent girl. I love it. It makes such a difference in your pieces, if that's the look you're going for. I am not a traditional, primitive, I don't know how to explain it. Stitcher, like I'm not into that kind of stuff. I like, you know, going a little bit different in my stitching. So Opalescent has allowed me to do that. And still make sense with what I'm stitching, what pattern I'm stitching on. Like that monthly weigh in December. I chose Opalescent. It made sense for it because it's a Christmas piece, but it didn't overshadow the pattern, first off, the pattern, and my floss. It just added just enough pizzazz. I never use that word. It uses enough oomph, I guess, to make your piece just go one step further. So I've learned, when in doubt, test the Opalescent, see what it's gonna look like. So, all right, without further ado, the Opalescent Vibrant Bundle. We've got the Opalescent Rainbow Haze, which, beautiful, just beautiful. Opalescent Spooky. Oh gosh, I love it. The shine, it's just so cool. It just looks cool. Opalescent Unicorn Dreams. Try to get the sparkle here. So, and then without further ado, I screamed when this came out the printer. I screamed, I go, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Like, it's better to me. It's like more striking than the regular Ada. Okay. So here is Opalescent Sunset. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I need to plan a piece for this. I'm actually gonna go to the Jingle Ball and see what Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery has. If they have anything new or whatever, I want something specifically for this. So I love it. Just the color, the pop, the color of the actual opalescent thread, it just goes beautifully with this. So this is the Opalescent Vibrant Bundle. So you've got Opalescent Sunset, Unicorn Dreams, Spooky, and Rainbow Haze. So Opalescent is only available in the Ada version of 14, 16, 18, and 20 count. So no Linda in Opalescent. It would be cool if they started making an Opalescent Linda, but we'll just have to wait and see. Once it does, I am on board, baby, because this is like mint. Okay, so 4 bundles going live Wednesday, November 22nd, for Black Friday. We will be giving, for each person that buys one bundle, at least one bundle, so one per customer, we will be giving as a free gift, let me find it, a stitching bag from the Digi Stitchery. So nifty logo, social media on the back. So you guys are reminded to share. I want to see what all you guys are stitching. I love that you guys are buying my fabric. I love it. But I want to see what you're doing. So send it to me. I can't wait. I love seeing everybody's, like, so far that what people have sent. I love it. It's all beautiful what you guys are stitching. It's amazing. So when you buy a bundle, one per customer, you're going to get this, I believe it's a 9x7 stitchy bag. So I use these bags all the time. I stick my floss in here and then stick it in my actual stitching bag. So it kind of keeps everything nice. So it doesn't look like a hot mess when you open your bag, or your bag doesn't explode. Because before I use these, I don't remember what project it was, but I think it was Glitter Village that I'm still working on. I'm not even halfway through. It was before I used these types of bags. My floss was everywhere. It was a mess. And like, yeah, so these are great. So while supplies last, so this weekend only, Black Friday special. So check it out. As far as other Black Friday specials and deals going on, I will be marking some of the series that we have down a little bit, so 15% off. I'm not going to tell you, you got to go to Etsy to find out, Wednesday through Cyber Monday, but it's going to be some good series that's 15% off, so check that out. I'm trying to think. So the TDS stitchwear, 9 different colors, available on Wednesday. The bundles and 15% off some of the fabric series that we have. That will be going on. Let's see. Next, I wanted to talk about, because we haven't talked about it in a while, I wanted to show you the DMC floss labels and the Cosmo labels that I have in the shop. These are really cool and really useful. I use them all the time. I got really tired of putting together DMC bobbins with those tiny stickers that you can't see. You couldn't see them, first off, and then second, like when you went to go peel it off, like 5 of the other stickers came off in your hand. Not cool. Not cool, because you end up wasting them, you bend them, you can't use them anymore. Anyway, so this was kind of a selfish make. I made these for myself and thought they would be, I thought other people would want them. DMC floss labels, right here. It is all of the DMC colors that are available as of now. I don't know if they're going to be adding any more for next year, but if they do, I'll add them. In fact, we have some additional DMCs because, believe it or not, DMC has retired some colors, and I can't remember for the life of me which ones that they retired, but I didn't include them in here because they weren't on the main DMC website official list because they were gone. They're not making them anymore, but stores still sell them. In fact, I had some in my stash that I found, and yeah, so I made us an additional labels, additional numbers pack that goes along with the DMC labels, so you have them. So getting back to these, they're really cool. They're made with like legit vinyl. When I say legit vinyl, like it's thick and you can remove it and easily and move it. I'm not going to say it's totally removable all the time. Like after, like if you leave it for like 6 months, yeah, it's probably going to stick. But like if you're like switching things up, reorganizing, these are great to have if you're wanting to move things over. Like for instance, I started out with these guys with the DMC floss. And I am upgrading slowly but surely to the Lori Holt flowers, the white ones, because it just looks cool. And it looks really cool and colorful in a jar in my office. So, just to let you know, these DMC labels fit on these tiny bobbins, and they also fit on the flowers. Let's see, and the DMC labels are all hearts, pastel-y hearts. So these are awesome. fun to use. So after I created these, I got on a Cosmo kick, which I think a lot of us did. If you guys did the Plaid All Year hands-on design, because she went like full Cosmo, like all Cosmo on that. And that's a pretty big series. Is she going to be releasing more? I feel like she did a lot, but I feel like there's more like that are supposed to come. So anyway, I got on a Cosmo kick, bought a ton of Cosmo floss. I had a little bit before, and I really didn't know what to do with them as far as organization, but now like I have a substantial amount. So I felt like I needed to do a floss label set for that, since Cosmo is labeled with numbers. So here is the Cosmo label kit pack. They are these awesome kind of groovy flowers. Kind of got an Austin Power vibe from these as I was creating them. But what's cool about these is it's the same material. It's super thick. When you peel one, all the rest are not going to come off on the sheet. Like you peel one, you're going to get one, which is nice. And they're really cute flowers. But they fit as well on the bobbin. Oh gosh, sorry. On the bobbin, on the floss flower. And then I am, for my Cosmo, I've decided to use the Lori Holt floss eggs. So they fit and they're really cute on the egg. So I have it on the other side. But what's very good to note on the Cosmo is when I was creating this, I went to the actual Cosmo website, which is the company website, which is Lichen, I don't know, I'm butchering that name, but you know what I'm talking about. I went to that website, and the way they list their Cosmo isn't by numerical order like DMC. DMC is easy. If you're looking for the 500s, you go to the 500 section and pick the label up, right? Not for Cosmo. They do it by shade. So the numbers are everywhere. So if you guys get this list, know that I went off the official Cosmo website list of numbers, like in that order, because it was just the easiest thing to do. So when you're looking, if you have a color and you're looking for a particular shade, just know it's not going to be in numerical order. It's going to be in that weird shade order that's on the website. But these are the Cosmo labels. They're awesome. I have really enjoyed using them. I've gotten a lot of compliments from them. They are nice to have in your stash. Yeah. So, and I think these are going to work for the Scarlet Sky Designs. Their floss label, or they're like floss bitties as well. They have come out with a lot of different shapes, and I believe these are going to work on those as well. I know definitely the squares, they're going to work. I got a set of cauldrons in their Halloween mystery box. They definitely fit on there. So very cool. Just an extra, like, I know you guys know I sell fabric, but I just wanted you guys to know, hey, I do these labels too, and they're really, really handy. So yeah. So all right, so that is it. We're gonna go into giveaways next. So last Flosstube we released Marshmallow World, and we have a different giveaway this time. So it was, our one winner is going to receive a 16 by 20, so the big guy, a 16 by 20 piece from Marshmallow World, any like count of their choice, or they could choose an Opalescent or a regular series in the Marshmallow World. So one piece of 16 by 20 Marshmallow World fabric, and our winner is Christina Sullivan, 2928. So congratulations, Christina. Email me, my email's down below. Send me what fabric count you want, and what color from Marshmallow World series you want, and your address and all that good stuff. So congratulations. We are going to do a giveaway today. Let's see. And since we've been talking about these DMC labels and these Cosmo labels to two winners, two people, I'm going to give away their choice, one set of either DMC floss labels or if they choose Cosmo labels. So two winners are going to receive one set of the labels. And to enter, I need you to be US resident only, 18 and over. You need to like this video, subscribe to my channel, the Digi Stitchery, and I want you to comment. And I've thought long and hard. I have so many things I want to ask you guys because I just love seeing what you guys write. But I think this time, let's see, since Thanksgiving is coming up, you know, this is the Black Friday show. I'll give you two topics you can talk about. So, or to comment to enter the giveaway. So first one is, what is your favorite food that you cook or recipe that you cook for Thanksgiving? Mine would have to be, my favorite to eat is stuffing. So I have, within the last like 5 years, I've tried making my own recipe and finding my own like, you know, thing for that. I've tried a bunch of different stuff, but my actual favorite stuffing recipe was when I got the bread endings or the bread, I don't know, the leftover bread pieces from Panera. So it was like a mix of different breads. Super cheap. You can go in, like they give it to you in just a big bag. I used that. And then your traditional sage, your spices, better than bouillon, chicken broth. I use that because it just tastes better. And then dried cranberries. So good. So stinking good. I really need to get on the ball and find that recipe and make it this year. So that is mine. So what is yours? What is your favorite Thanksgiving recipe that you love to cook or that you just love to eat? Mine has always been stuffing. I come from a carb lover family. Both guys and girls, we all love it. Sweet potato casserole, the stuffing, the noodles, like mashed potatoes, we're just load up, carb load, Thanksgiving. We love it. Oh, and the rolls too. The rolls are always good. So put that in the comments, or tell me, when do you guys start listening to Christmas music? I've heard, like, when I do listen to local radio, I'm more of a Spotify girl. Exclusively, like that's all I listen to because I don't like commercials anymore. It's funny how that has changed so much. Like you were so inundated as a kid, like listening and like you were used to it, like commercial breaks. But now that I have that choice, I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm a Spotify girl, but I have been listening to some local radio and they're like getting ready to like pimp all of their like 24/7 Christmas music. What do you guys like to listen to? First off, who's your favorite like Christmas album singer? And when do you start listening to Christmas music? I like to start definitely after Thanksgiving. I cannot do the ramp up before. I just can't. I did it one year and it was just way too much. I was over it. I was done and over like before we got to halfway through December. I did that when my daughter was like really, really young and I was trying to introduce her to like all this fun Christmas music, trying to teach her all the songs. Way too much. Can't do it. So I am definitely after Thanksgiving listening to Christmas music, and my favorite albums or my singers are Barry Manilow. He has 2 Christmas albums. They're fantastic. I listened to that as a kid, and even I've passed it on as a tradition to my daughter. She likes Barry. So Barry Manilow, definitely. We love the Alvin and the Chipmunks old school Christmas album. The 12 Days of Christmas is hilarious. When you actually stop to listen to it. It's really funny. My daughter loves that. And then a newer one is, I love Seth MacFarlane. I know, the creator of Family Guy. You don't put 2 and 2 together. It's so weird. But Seth MacFarlane, he did a solo Christmas album, 2018, 2019. It's fantastic. I love it. He's got a very classic voice, very big band, old school. Like, you know, like the Dean Martin, Sinatra voice. He has that. I love that album. And I think he just came out with one that he does duets with a girl. I don't know who she is. I need to look into that, but after Thanksgiving. But yeah, so that's what I like. Let me know what you like in the comments. I want you guys to have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some much needed time off. Start stitching or continue stitching. I don't really do a Thanksgiving start, but if you guys do, enjoy what you're starting. Be sure to check out the Black Friday sales on my Etsy shop, the Digi Stitchery. Take advantage of all of the deals going on. Let's see. And yeah, follow me on social media. I will be posting throughout the holiday weekend what I'm stitching, what I'm doing. I need to show you guys some of my stitchy finishes with my decor. I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip the phone the right way this time, because last time, like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I did my Halloween in fall and I like had my phone like straight up and down, like vertical. I don't know. I lost my mind, but I was like, I'm not doing that again, because like it was chaos that morning. So I was like, hey, I'm not going to do it again. So this time I'll film it the right way, so you guys can see some cool finishes. Yeah, so have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next time.